of love and light. Amy, open up the door to the place where we walk by faith and not by sight, not by sight. Through the house of love and light. House of love, the house of love and light. The house of love and light. If we get this right, we'll make the world a house of love and light. If we get this right, we'll make the world a house of love and light. House of love and light. House of love and light.
Good morning. Happy Sunday to you, Stephanie, Sarah, AJ, Myron, everybody who's with us this morning. Welcome to House of Love and Light. As you can see by the grin on my face, I am so happy to be here with you this morning. Another glorious Sunday to celebrate, to look for the good, to practice joy, peace, love, harmony, wisdom, to come together into the House of Love and Light, which is an online spiritual community in my home, based in my home in Asheville, North Carolina, but all over the world. In fact, in the comments right now, tell me where you're watching from. Good morning, Angel and Jan and Joanne. So good to see you. Right away, I know we've got somebody in Florida. We've got somebody in Oregon. Good morning, Barb. Good morning, Mariana in California. I just love this so much. This is my absolute joy to be here with you. The month of September is an exciting month. To me, it's the high holy days in the Jewish faith, so I'm going to give you some of that today with my sister, Rabbi Jenny. It is fall, so we're talking about letting go. We're talking about being present with the availability to be content with what is. That's the whole month. The whole month for me here at House of Love and Light has been contentment. And the book of the month has been Louise Hay's, You Can Heal Your Life. You can be content. And today, the topic under that heading of contentment is practicing contentment. I was thinking about this practicing, and I was talking this morning to Myron, who's here. Good morning, Myron. And we always have our Sunday morning talks right before I come on. And he said that he remembered when a spiritual leader from another, faith, let's say, said to him, are you a practicing homosexual? Or, we love homosexuals, but we don't like practicing homosexuals. And he said, I don't need to practice. I'm already good at it. And I think that that's a perfect opener for today to recognize that we are never really practicing. We are always really practicing, right? Everything is a practice. Doctors practice medicine and lawyers practice law, or are they doing law? Are we doing life? Are we practicing life? So let's practice contentment today. Yeah? Good morning, Cindy. So we have San Diego, Vero Beach, Asheville, Florida, Maine. That's right. Jennifer's in Maine, Eugene, Oregon. This just fills my heart so much to have everybody from all over here with us. So sticking, of course, with the mission of House of Love and Light, which is to nourish you with spiritual food. Like I said, today we're going to have Rabbi Jenny giving you some chanting, and my nephew, Mason, will blow the shofar for you. And I want to uplift you, make you feel good. I have some music to offer you. We also have Mitch Austin giving us a little spark of inspiration. And then, of course, I'm going to inspire you with a talk, with a little song that I write. I write a song every week for you. And I'm just really excited to be here. I don't know, just some Sundays I'm really just excited, and today is one of those. And I'm going to start with some gratitude, because to practice contentment is to practice being grateful for what is. That's what contentment is. Contentment is being happy with what is. So let's sing. We know this one. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Come on. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing day. Sing it with me. This healing day. Come on. Thank you for my friend, Spirit. Spirit, thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends. Spirit, thank you for my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Sing it with me. My wonderful, wonderful friends. My health. Thank you for my health. Spirit, thank you for my health. Yeah. Thank you for my health. Spirit, thank you for my health. My radiant, my radiant, my radiant health. My radiant, my radiant, my radiant health. Glorious life. Come on. Thank you for my life. Spirit, thank you for my life. Come on. Thank you for my life. Spirit, thank you for my life. My glorious, my glorious, my glorious life. My glorious, my glorious, my glorious life. Let's sing thank you for this day one more time. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Come on. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Good morning, Cindy. And I saw that Susie joined us, and Mitza from Florida, Troy, and Sarah. So happy you're here. All right, let's go into some prayer. Let's just take a deep breath. Let's just take a deep breath and relax. Let's just practice. Practice being present. Take the time for yourself this morning to take this hour to remember the truth of who you are. You are a child of the Most High God. You are a perfect, whole, and complete being. You are of this earth. You are of the stars. You are magic. And you are surrounded by love right now. So as we practice contentment, we practice recognizing the love that lives inside of our hearts. So sing it with me. Love, sweet love, surrounds me now. Love, sweet love, comes through. Love, sweet love, surrounds me now. Love is the only truth. 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 Good morning, Kelly and Tommy and Wesley and Natez and Tanez. So good to see you. Sing it with me. Love, sweet love. Love, sweet love, surrounds me now. Relax your shoulders. Love, sweet love, comes through. I can hear you harmonizing. Love, sweet love, surrounds me now. That's right. Love is the only truth. 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 Right here, right now, I recognize love. I recognize good. I recognize the power of God that is present in everything, living, breathing, expressing life. I recognize this with my words, with my feeling, with my thought, with my heart. And I say, thank you, God, for this day, this opportunity to practice the presence of good, to practice the presence of love. And I declare and know for each and every person here that hears these words now or later, that hears these words, I declare and know joy and contentment, peace, and being fed with love. I declare and know abundance of all kinds of love. Love of pets, love of family, love of friends, love of lovers. I declare and know a healing going on with the health and the wealth of each and every person here. I see light surrounding your heart, your mind, your soul, and mine as well, wrapping us in the love of God. I say thank you, God, for this opportunity to practice, for this opportunity to come together and sing and be the peace, be the joy. Let it ripple out, let it ripple out, let it ripple out, let it ripple out, let it ripple out. I say amen. We sing, love, sweet love, surrounds me now. Katie, you made it. Love, sweet love, comes through. Sing it with me now. We sing a love, sweet love, surrounds me now. Yes, love is the only truth. Is the only truth. Yeah, love. It's back of all things. Love. Love is the only truth. Feels so good, feels so good, feels so good. Next, we have the candle lighting and gratitudes. So happy you're with us this Sunday. Jordan lights the candles today.
Good morning. I light a candle today for the Eastern religions, Hinduism, Buddhism, and Taoism, that teach us about harmony, karma, and the way. I light a candle for Judaism, Christianity, Islam, Baha'i, teaching us about tradition, forgiveness, surrender, and order. I light a candle for ancient wisdom and new thought tradition, including indigenous teaching, shamanism, paganism, the science of mind, and New Age spirituality that teach us to root and also to expand. And lastly, I light a candle for the great mystery, the eternal question, the not known. Namaste.
I'm grateful for my friends and family, and I'm grateful for life. I'm grateful for everyone who's living, because they always have a life. Bye. I'm grateful for my friends and my family, and my teacher, Mrs. String, and all my pets, because they're great too. They're beautiful. And I'm grateful for that I have a place in this world, this wonderful life that has been given to me. That's what I feel grateful for.
I'm thankful for all the beauty that I find in the world. All the people, all the pets, the trees, the autumn weather, the water, the wild animals. And I'm thankful for my family, all the relationships that had the opportunity to grow in over the years, and the roles that I've had the opportunity to grow into. I am so very thankful to House of Love and Light. Thank you for recommending this book. And I've never read it before, and it's just another opportunity that House of Love and Light has brought to me in real time. House of Love and Light has been, for me, a chance to open up to a real spiritual practice that I have been consistent with for the first time in my life for over a year. Thank you so much, Amy, and thank you so much to everyone who contributes on Sundays and on Wednesdays. It makes my day, it helps me get through my week. I feel more grounded and peaceful, and I feel myself growing in strength and conviction. Thank you all for being out there. Sending lots of love. Namaste.
Namaste, Jennifer. Could you just die over those girls? That's Lavinia and Emberly, two of Jen's children. I love you girls. Thank you so much. This wonderful life. You can go back and rewatch that and hear it again. It'll just warm your heart. I know. Steph has the tears. And I want to say thank you, Jen, for your consistency in being here and supporting House of Love and Light. And I just love that you use the word practice. It's such a divine alignment, synchronicity. I don't know if you knew that the word was practicing of the week, but to say that House of Love and Light is a spiritual practice is so cool. You know what I mean? It's so cool that that's how you see this. These Sundays and these Wednesdays together with us. So everybody, let's get into some gratitude. You know, this is like such a wonderful way that we boost the morning is by getting our gratitudes out there. So put in the comments what you are grateful for now. I'm going to get real with my gratitude right now and say that I'm so grateful for my girlfriend. I've been a little grumpy for a few days. You know, Aunt Flo is in town, and many of you know that I'm about to get a hysterectomy because I've got such stuff going on in there. So, you know, Aunt Flo is a real bitch for me. So I'm just grateful for my friends and my family that deal with me when I'm bitchy, period, Amy. Okay, that's a weird thing to tell you about that I'm grateful for, but I am. I'm grateful for, I want to be really, really, really real. Well, first of all, I'm just very, very grateful you are here right now. I'm grateful for House of Love and Light, for this expression of creativity. I'm so grateful for inspiration. I'm so grateful for feeling motivated in life to get up, to you know, get going. You know, this pandemic I don't know if you have it, but I have some pandemic fatigue where I'm just sort of like, how do we go on? You know, there's a lot of, and you know, a lot of people have the suicide rates are up, and it makes sense because mental health awareness, I believe it is Suicide Awareness Month. Let's just be really aware that, you know, a lot of people are feeling lonely and alone and scared, and this time is very uncertain and unsure. And so just to feel sort of like motivated to find motivation when I don't have it, willing to be willing, you know, I feel that in my bones. So let's see what some gratitudes, I'm going to read them. I love reading them aloud. We have, holla, you, Sherry, my sweet cat who loves me, Joanne says. Oh, I'd love to see a picture of your cat, Joanne. Weather, my mother. Steffi's going to see her mother today. Let's pray for her. No, just kidding. Christina's here. Good to see you. My friends, my place, food, my practice. I love that. Good to see you, Starry, my friend. Grateful for time to relax and recharge. Starry's a teacher, so sending her lots of love. Comfortable, safe bed, Myron says. Yes, 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 yes. We can't thank that enough. We can't be grateful enough for what we have when we have a roof over our head. You know, I was talking to Georgia about contentment the other day. You know, I like to chew these topics up with my friends who, you know, like to talk about this stuff. And she was saying that's true contentment, to be having all of your needs met, all of your, you know, Maslow's higher needs met. You have food, you have shelter, and you're still like, well, you're not content. That's true contentment, right? Grateful for color, music, light, and my Troy. I know I love Sarah and Troy so much. Katie says, I'm grateful for the women in my life, grateful for my health, grateful for community, grateful for the change of seasons and all the beauty the natural world offers. Katie, you're like me. You need this gratitude tool, right? And I love how you're just diving into it. That's so good. Cindy, sweet friends, you know what I want to say to you, Cindy, is that you supply. Cindy does this wonderful, why am I blanking on the name of it? This wonderful gathering of women, and you help us find our friends. Stella's place here in Asheville. Oh, Sally Carter's here, mama. Sally says, my husband, sending love to you and your husband. Deborah, so glad you're here. Grateful for my friends. Everybody's feeling the friend love, and I love that. Jill, good to see you. Oh God, Jill, I'm sending you love about your dad. I've seen your posts about your dad, and I was also close to my dad. I totally get it. Daddy's girl right here. Food. That's right, Mariana. Food. All my senses. I love Sarah and Troy too, Jen. Yeah, I know. I'm grateful for them too. Finding self. That's wonderful. Finding contentment, Christina. That's what we're looking at today, right? So now that we've got some gratitude going, we're feeling the gratitude, we're feeling the connection. Let's go ahead and hear what Casey pulled for us this week. We have a card pull each week from the beautiful Casey Combs-Luker. So here is Casey, and then we have so much good today. Don't go anywhere. Glad you're here at House of Love and Light. I love you so much. Here's Casey with a card pull. Contemplate a card with Casey.
Greetings, HOLLA family. It's Casey. Time to contemplate the card for this week, but first let's clear you off with a little sage. Yes. Releasing fears that surround you, negative thoughts that limit you, and any energy that's not yours. Let's just let that go, right? All right, so also setting the intention for the week and letting it drift up with the smoke, just clearing out. Taking a nice deep cleansing breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Ready for the week. And here's your card to contemplate. I also have some music that wants to come play in just a minute. Hang tight. So what does Louise Hay have to say this week about contentment? Contentment and practicing it. Let's see. I am willing to change. I am willing to release old negative beliefs. They are only thoughts that stand in my way. My new thoughts are positive and fulfilling. Love it. I am willing to change. Look at that little butterfly. I love that. I'm going to end today with a little music for you. I hope you have a wonderful week, and just let your mind follow this sound until it's gone. Blessed be.
I am willing to change. Practicing contentment. It's a practice. It's funny, I had just said I'm willing to be willing. I love what Ash Ruiz has to say about practicing contentment. So tune in right here. Check this out. Here's Ash Ruiz, the wonderful and amazing and beautiful teacher that comes to us each week here at House of Love and Light with his wisdom. Enjoy.
Hello there, beloveds. Hello there, beloved Amy. Such a joy to be here. And I love that we're exploring practice. Practice, so valuable throughout our species, so valuable throughout the many various paths and spiritual journeys available to us. In my experience now, practice is really wonderful for the mind. It's like imaginary medicine for an imaginary disease. So practice allows for mind, it's like this permission slip to explore and fall and get up and fall and do this and do that and meditate and giving us an opportunity to get more and more familiar with what doesn't need to be practiced, which is who you are. And as you get more and more familiar with who it is you are, it becomes more and more obvious that the qualities of who you are all the things that we hoped practice was going to give us. So the qualities of what's natural about us: kindness, love, peace, uncontrived compassion, ease, grace, lightness, a brightness, purity. Who you are, already pure, already pre and free. See, I added practice and freedom and I made the word pre, okay? I bow to you and your practice, and I bow to you and your freedom.
And I bow to you, my friend. I'm going to reiterate a few things he said. He said, imaginary medicine for an imaginary disease. He said, practice is an imaginary permission slip to explore, get up, fall, become familiar with who you are, which does not need to be practiced. The qualities that are natural: ease, grace, lightness, brightness. Who you are is already pure and free. Practicing freedom. Isn't that beautiful? Oh my God, he twists my mind up every time I hear him. Just open to that vastness that he teaches us about. And it's interesting to go from Ash's wide-eyed, open-minded, we don't have to practice, we just have to be, to go to this next offering, which is Rabbi Jenny. And this is in particular for anyone who has any Jewish blood in you or is interested in Judaism. We honor all paths here, of course. But my sister is a rabbi, and my nephew blew the shofar at his temple this past week. It's been the Jewish New Year, in case you didn't know. It's a time of cleansing and clearing. Yom Kippur is forgiveness. It's the new year. There's Sukkot coming up, which is about celebrating the harvest. It's a very exciting time to be Jewish. And I wanted to share my sister. She's going to chant for us the 13 attributes. And then my nephew at the end is going to blow the shofar. And he's a musician, so he held the note so long. You're going to be so proud of him. It's Mason, my nephew Mason. And so here's my sister, Rabbi Jenny. And if you didn't go to temple this year and you haven't been in years, just treat yourself to a little, you'll identify when we hear Hebrew and we're Jewish and we were brought up in any kind of temple. It does do something. It triggers something in your heart. Whenever I go to temple, I don't go very often, but when I go or hear my sister speak or whatnot, it does sort of give that inner child a sense of belonging, So you belong here at House of Love and Light, and I'm so happy you're here. But enjoy Rabbi Jenny chanting for you and my nephew, and then we've got more. It's an awesome Sunday, so I am so happy you're here. I know I say that all the time, but it's true. I really am. Here's Rabbi Jenny.
So close your eyes and think about the past year and anything you'd like to switch and change and bring yourself peace over. And I'm just going to chant something through the 13 attributes of God. I'm going to chant that for you. And as you do, I want you to let all those things fly away. Adonai, Adonai, El Rachum v'Chanun, Erech Apayim v'Rav Chesed v'Emet, Notzer Chesed li'halafim, Nosei Avov v'Fesha, V'Nata v'Nahei, Adonai, Apayim v'Rav Chesed v'Emet, Notzer Chesed li'halafim, Notzei Avov v'Fesha v'Nahav v'Nakei. Adonai, Adonai, Erachom v'Chanun, Erech Apayim v'Rav Chesed v'Emet, Notzer Chesed li'halafim, Notzei Avov v'Fesha v'Nahav v'Nakei. And then we sing the Shema, and then we blow Tekilah Gedolah, which is the shofar, the ram's horn, to announce that things have changed. To announce, so Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kivod, Malchuto Leolam Vahed.
Trua Tekiah Gedolah.
Shana Tova, everyone, for a healthy and happy new year. Bye, Holla.
Did you see the rabbi looking at his watch? That's my nephew. Is like a rock star shofar blow at the end there. That's my nephew Mason. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for sharing with me, Rabbi Jenny. So beautiful when she sings, and when she sings Hebrew, it's as if God is singing through her. She is so, so, so powerful. And the attributes of God are things like compassion and kindness and forgiveness. And it's just so beautiful. So thank you, sis. That's my sister. She's amazing. She is a rabbi at the congregation in Joliet, Chicago area. So I'm so proud of her. She's been there over a year now, and she's amazing. She's my big sister, so I very much adore her and look up to her. Okay, so here is some words from Mitch Austin. You know, I like to hear from Mitch about once a month here at House of Love and Light because he's one of my favorite teachers in the New Thought community, and I always love his take on things. So here is Contentment with Mitch, and then so much more. Don't go anywhere.
Good morning, House of Love and Light. Mitch Austin here. So Amy asked me to talk a little bit about contentment this morning. And as soon as I saw that word, the song from the 70s played, the one that says, more, 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 how do you like it? Anyone remember that song? And I thought, we're in a society that promotes more is better. But better is better. And even more importantly, on the road to contentment, you need to understand how much is enough. If we don't know how much is enough, we can never experience a state of contentment. If we keep eating food and we never feel full, we never get to that moment of contentment. If love keeps getting poured in, but we never know how much is enough, that sense of satiation, of being complete, of being filled, we'll never know contentment. You know, I'm working with a client right now, and she has a big money scarcity story going on. She has $100K in the bank, and she still feels like she's going to go broke any second. So she hasn't discovered how much is enough. And that's a spiritual practice that I want to offer you today. When you eat, I want you to pay attention to your body and tune into that signal that says, I'm no longer hungry. Not that I'm full, not that I'm stuffed, that I'm no longer hungry. And then pause and see if you can feel the contentment of your body. See, once we know how much enough is, what's super exciting about that is we get to the other side of contentment, which is the cherry on top of the sundae of life. We just get to go play and enjoy and experience from a place of contentment and not striving, trying, more, pulling. You know who knows this? Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett bought his house in 1959. He still owns the same house, same old little house that he bought for $31,000 because he knows that's enough. And he's got millions in the bank, one of the richest men on the planet. But he understands this concept of contentment. And he was managing his money from that perspective of how much is enough food, how much is enough vacation, how much is enough clothes. And then he took the excess and he put it into investments. And now what is he doing? He's just living life. He's just having fun. So I invite you to tune into this powerful spiritual practice of how much is enough and start noticing how life starts to change and show up for you. Many blessings. Bye-bye.
Start to notice what enough feels like. I love that. And I love you, Mitch. And I love this next offering, which is Deva Vani, who lives in Guam, who is a very special, special woman in my life, singing a song called Rolling River God. And the reason I picked this song for today is because as we talk about practicing contentment, and the theme that keeps coming up came up in the card that Casey pulled with the willingness to change, and it came up with right now with Mitch speaking to us about about changing the way that we are always grasping and reaching. And it came up with Rabbi Jenny when she said, are you ready to change and let go at this new year? It came up again and again, this idea of changing. That's the practice. The practice is this constant changing that's happening. It's constantly happening whether we want it to or not. God is constantly shaping us, yes? In this rolling river God. And I thought this was a perfect song. I have shared it before, maybe over a year ago here on House of Love and Light, but I really wanted to share it again. It is one of my favorite songs, and she is one of my favorite singers on planet Earth. So I invite you during this song to just sit back, breathe deeply, and listen to these lyrics. Rolling River God, Dave Avani singing. Enjoy.
Rolling river God, little stones are smooth, only once the water passes through. So I am a stone, rough and grainy still, trying to reconcile this river's chill. But when I close my eyes and feel you rushing by, I know that time brings change, and change takes time. And when the sunset comes, my prayer will be just one, that you might pick me up and notice that I am just a little smoother in your hand. Sometimes raging wild, sometimes swollen high. Never have I known this river dry. The deepest part of you is where I want to stay. And feel the sharpest edges wash away. But when I close my I know that time brings change. Change takes time. And when the sunset comes, my prayer will be just one, that you might pick me up and notice that I am just a little smoother in your hand. Rolling river God, little stones are smooth. Only once the water passes through.
And when I close my eyes and feel you rushing by, I know that time brings change, and change takes time. My prayer would be just this one, that you might pick me up and notice that I am just a little smoother. Rough and grainy, we are being polished and practiced and shaped and shifted, and we can take the time. Can we take the time to be conscious about this? Can we be rolled in the river of God and still find contentment? Can we practice this contentment consciously by taking the time to learn as we grow, to learn as we heal, to learn as we change? Take the time, take the time, take the time to learn. Take the time, take the time, take the time to grow. Take the time, take the time, take the time to heal. Take the time and go slow. Take the time, take the time, take the time to learn. Take the time, take the time, take the time to grow. The time, take the time, take the time to heal. Take the time and go slow. You see, it takes what it takes to learn something new. It takes what it takes to be the best you. Got to do what you got to do to get better at getting through. Sing it with me. Take the time, take the time, take the time to learn. Take the time, take the time, take the time to grow. Take the time, take the time, take the time to heal. Take the time and go slow. One more time. Take the time, take the time, take the time to learn. Take the time, take the time to grow. Take the time, take the time, take the time to heal. Take the time and go slow. It takes what it takes to learn something new. It takes what it takes to be the best you. You gotta do what you gotta do to get better at getting through. Practicing, 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 practice, practice, practice. Practice makes perfect. Practice makes progress. Yeah, practice makes better. What is practicing for? Why do we practice anything? And why might we practice contentment? You know, I believe, like I said earlier, that we're always practicing. Everything we do is our practice. The doctor practices medicine, and the lawyer practices law. The person practices life. And so when we think about practice that way, we can see that practice is happening all the time. The question is, are we practicing consciously or subconsciously? Are we mindfully practicing, or are we just going through the motions? Are we present in our practicing? And if we are more present in our practicing, can we be more content? You know, when I was little, I was a classical piano player, and I would do these yearly competitions, and each year I would go up a level, and it was very strict. It was very strictly judged. And if I recall, I was my biggest competition. You know, I wanted to get good ratings for myself. It wasn't really about beating anyone. It was about doing the best piece that I could do and doing it the best that I could do it. And that's why we consciously practice anything, so we can get better at it, so we can advance our study, our mastery, our ability to do it. You know, I love thinking about things like learning how to ride a bike or tie our shoes. You know, most things when I think about practicing are things like that, you know, things that we do when we're younger. So practicing is the way that we strengthen our ability to do things, right? And it can also be a way that we strengthen our ability to be. The doobie-doobie-doo, right? I posted about that yesterday, the doobie-doobie-doo. And that's what we're exploring today. We're exploring contentment and practicing being content, experiencing contentment, that space that Ash spoke of, the lightness, the grace, the okayness. You know, this should be a very easy thing for us. It's our natural state. But I, for one, realize that this space for me is not so natural. It's not so natural at all. It's a mad, crazy world. And we're all hustling to get to the next appointment or to pay the next bill or to, you know, the dust builds up. We got to clean. We got another load of laundry and on and on and on. There's so much to do. But as we are doing, can we find a space of presence, awareness, mindfulness? Can we expand that into our daily lives, you know, into the way that we feel, so we can feel content more often? You know, I must, capital M, capital U, capital S, capital T, must have time in the morning to get quiet. It's very, very important for me. And it's the very first thing that I do. Of course, after cleaning up after and feeding the animals, I get a hot cup of coffee and I quietly read the news. And then I read something spiritual. And then it's usually the book of the month. And then I write my intentions for the day. For example, I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again in case anybody wants to try it. I write in the present and positive. Today, you know, I wrote something like, today is a good day. Today I am peaceful. Today I am joyful. Today I get a lot done. Today I'm creative and generous. Today I give a lot and I receive a lot. I'm in the flow, you know, whatever you want to intend for the day, writing from the heart. And then I sit quietly for 15 minutes. Lately, I've been adding another 15 and another 15, maybe because my mom just visited and I'm trying to recenter myself, find that peace again. But this daily practice of mine is big. It's big in finding my way to contentment, so I can set myself up for success in the day. And this is my personal practice. You know, there's a huge benefit to a daily practice. You know, it really does make contentment more accessible. And so what I'm recognizing for myself, and this might be a good reminder for you too, is that I really, really need this each and every day. I need to take the time to do it. I need to take the time. I need to take the time. So sing it with me. And you can always make the time. If you don't have the time, you can make it. Take the time, sing it with me. Take the time, take the time, take the time to learn. Take the time, take the time, take the time to grow. Take the time, take the time, take the time to heal. Take the time and go slow. Again, take the time, take the time, take the time to learn. Take the time, take the time, take the time to grow. Take the time, take the time, take the time to heal. Take the time and go slow. You see, it takes what it takes for you to learn something new. It takes what it takes for you to be the best you. You got to do what you got to do to get yourself better at getting through, yeah. got to take the time. And when I miss it, when I miss that day, when I miss that, that getting ready for the day, or I shortcut the process, I feel it. I feel it big time, So in order to stay on track, I really have to take it one day at a time. I know it's a cliche, and I know it's a 12-step slogan, but it's a wonderful way to practice living. I invite you to try it this week. One single day at a time. Living one day at a time. Here's some quotes about one day at a time. Here's from Caroline Myss and Pema Chodron. Caroline Myss says, live one day at a time. Keep your attention in present time. Have no expectations. Make no judgments. And give up the need to know why things happen as they do. Give it up. Things happen the way they do. Give it up. Be here. Be present. There's contentment in that. Pema Chodron says, wholeheartedly do what it takes to awaken your clear-seeing intelligence, but one day at a time, one moment at a time. If we live that way, we will benefit this earth. Thank you, Pema. And then Charles M. Schultz says, I have a new philosophy. I'm only going to dread one day at a time. I love that. So living consciously, one day at a time, is a wonderful way to approach life, isn't it? We're always changing. Like the beautiful rolling river God says, the song says, time brings change. It's life. We're always growing and shifting and changing and being smoothed by the universe, God, or our highest self, our highest truth. We are being shaped, and we are shaping ourselves as well. It's an interdependent relationship. We can let go and let God and let flow and all that good stuff. And we can be conscious of the way we are practicing our living. What is our mental practice? When we have fear, what do we do? When we have doubt, what do we practice? When we are faced with life in a challenging way, what is our practice? What is our reaction to living in this beautiful daydream called life? So many lessons are learned when you're cleaning the house, right? So many thoughts always run through my mind when I'm cleaning. It's like when you're driving, right? Part of the brain clicks off and a part of the brain clicks on because you're focused and occupied. It's like your creative brain is free to roam. And I was practicing cleaning my house yesterday. I did something, I have a confession to make. It's kind of embarrassing, but I did something that I probably should have done years ago in all the houses that I lived in, but I've actually never, ever done this in my life. And please don't judge me, but I have never washed the baseboards in any house I ever lived in. I know that's disgusting now that you think of it, right? But I did it yesterday. I got a soapy water rag and a big bowl of water, and I went through the whole house and I washed the baseboards. And it's a big house. Maybe this is something, like I said, I've never done in my life. I'm ashamed. I'm a grown-ass woman. I had never done it. And it got me thinking, well, I've never been a homeowner before. That's really no excuse, because renting, you should care for your rental as much as your owner. But something, clicked in me yesterday, like, wow, this is my house. This is my space. I own this. Like, I want to take really good care of this. So I'm going to start this new practice, this new practice of cleaning it, deep cleaning it, treating it really well. And it felt really good. And I worked up a sweat. And I noticed that when you clean out the edges of something, like the corners, it frees up more dirt. It frees up more junk. And it made me think about spiritual practice. How sometimes when we're doing things like the Louise Hay work, we can dislodge old things that have been caked up in our consciousness for a while. Maybe memories or old habits begin to be recognized. And practicing cleaning our consciousness can stir things up, right? Seeking contentment can cause chaos, right? Such a paradox. But sorting through the dirt and the grime and wiping it up really makes space, like Mitch was talking about, so we can play and find that deep joy, a deeper joy than we've ever known. If we take the time to practice our spiritual stuff, practice being present in the moment, taking everything one day at a time, cleaning up as we go, watching our focus and our intentions, it's a practice. It's a practice. We can find that contentment that we so desire. So let's take the time. You took the time by coming here today. Good for you. This is really good. This is like cleaning your house coming here. Cleaning your mind, cleaning your consciousness. Sing it with me. Take the time, take the time, take the time to learn. I hope you're not still judging me about the baseboards. To grow, take the time. I was never taught to do that. And we're not taught sometimes to be happy. So we have to teach ourselves. That's why we come to things like House of Love and Light. Take the time to grow. Take the time, take the time, take the time. And sometimes I think if I, admit my, embarrassing thing, then you'll feel like you're not so alone. Or maybe I'll bring awareness to your own baseboards, the baseboards in your mind that you need to clean up. Get that soapy water out. So you can clean it up and clear it out. Take the time, it takes what it takes to. It takes what it takes. 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 It takes what it takes to learn something new. It takes what it takes to learn something new. It takes what it takes to be the best you. It takes what it takes to get better at getting through. So come on and take the time, take the time, take the time to learn. Take the time to grow. Take the time, take the time, take the time to heal. Take the time and go slow. Go slow. Practicing contentment. Thank you for listening. And before we go into our giving portion, we're going to go right into our tool of the week, because I had a really fun time this week recording this beautiful thing that we found on the internet with my friend Stephanie. So I'm going to read these. This is 8 uncomfortable truths that we can practice to find contentment. Okay. So here's one. Number 1, happiness is where you are right now. We just talked about that, right? Number 2, quitting is for winners. Love that. Number 3, if they really wanted to, they would. Number 4, taking no risk is the biggest risk. Number 5, call yourself out. Number 6, closure is your choice. Number 7, if you're happy alone, you'll be happier together. And number 8, it's not your job to fix damaged people. These are all things that are going to bring you some more contentment when you practice them. So here is in more depth. This is Steffi singing it for you. Now enjoy this little video that I made. And I'll be back. Don't go anywhere.
8 uncomfortable truths that we all need to accept. 1. Happiness is where you are now, or nowhere at all. It is not a new relationship, it's not a new job, it's not a completed goal, and it's not a new car. Until you give up on the idea that happiness is somewhere else, it will never be where you are. Number 2, quitting is for winners. Contrary to popular opinion, quitting is for winners. Knowing when to quit, change direction, leave a toxic situation, demand more from life, give up on something that isn't working and move on is a very important skill that people who win at life all seem to have. But don't quit because it's hard. Quit because it sucks. 3, if they really wanted to, they would. If you apply pressure, they'll do what you want them to. If you take the pressure off, you'll see what they'd rather do. Never waste your life fighting what someone would rather do. Let them go, move on, do better. 4, taking no risk is the biggest risk. You have to risk failure to succeed. You have to risk rejection to be accepted. You have to risk heartbreak to love. If you're always avoiding risk, you're risking missing out on life. 5, call yourself out. The most common reason why people keep making the same mistakes is because their insecure ego prevents them from taking responsibility for their own bullshit, their own toxic traits, and their own mistakes. You have to call yourself out. Calling yourself out means you care more about your future, your progress, and your happiness than just protecting your ego. 6, closure is your choice. Closure isn't an apology or justice or answers. That's insecurity. If the situation made you feel awful, seeking closure by reopening it is insanity. Closure isn't something that they can give you. Closure is moving on. Closure is your choice. 7, if you're happy alone, you'll be happier together. There is no type of affection that can fill the void in a person who doesn't love themselves already. There is no independence in dependency. There is no personal security in attaching yourself to a secure person. Until you have a healthy relationship with yourself, you won't make healthy decisions about someone else. Number 8, it's not your job to fix damaged people. Your responsibility to help someone will never outweigh their responsibility to help themselves. But it's worth asking yourself why you resonated so strongly with someone that so desperately needed fixing in the first place. Often our own toxic romantic and non-romantic attachments tell a story about an issue that we have within ourselves. 8 uncomfortable truths that we all need to accept.
Didn't you love those? Oh my gosh, I absolutely love it. I like the jam too. Put that together for her. Okay, now's the time for some conscious giving. If you'd like to give and consciously give, when you press, send love with it. Text love to 828-383-9889 and follow the prompts. PayPal.me/House of Love and Light and Venmo at Amy-Steinberg-5. You guys, this is my livelihood. This is how I pay my bills and eat and stuff, and pay my to feed my animals and stuff. So if you love this, if you feel like this is feeding you, give generously. If you feel like you've received, give, because it feels good to be a part of that flow. And if you don't have a lot to give what you can, I'm so grateful for everything that comes in. I love to sort through it and throughout the week. And I'm just so grateful for the generosity of you all. And I'm so grateful that I've been able to create House of Love and Light and make somewhat of a living. I also sell my art, the art that's behind me, and I always post things. I'm working on a new piece right now, and I just kind of have a life that God supplies all of my needs when I need them. But I am grateful for your financial support for House of Love and Light. So thank you for that. And now we're going to have Lorelei giving us the astrological forecast, which I know is going to be good because it's a full moon tomorrow. And I think the moon is in Pisces, which if you're a water sign, you might be feeling weepy. Like I am. I just want to cry. Just like, woo, for no reason. Okay, so here's Lorelei, and I'll be back to say goodbye and let you know what's coming up.
Hello, my brothers and sisters of the House of Love and Light. It's Lorelei, your dream accelerator. Here we are at another full moon, another opportunity to sit on the fulcrum of the seesaw and balance two opposite energies. This time we're talking about Sun in Virgo and Moon in Pisces, and both of these are right at the end of the zodiac. So this full moon in Pisces is not only the last sign of the zodiac, but this full moon is in the last degree of the zodiac. So what does that mean? Well, that means really trusting that you can let go once and for all of things that have outlived their purpose, any energetic junk that you're still holding on to. Sun in Virgo is all about the daily tasks in life, the to-do list, the how you get things done. And it's about the mundane. It's about the details. It's about how you do things. It's about the method. It's about the modality. So while Virgo is all about daily tasks and how you carry them out, Pisces is trusting that you are guided what daily tasks those are that will contribute to the growth of your soul. This is also a time when your soul could feel tired because this full moon is right at the end of the zodiac. I always love to think of Virgo and Pisces as the opportunity to balance heaven and earth, to bring earth to heaven, and to bring heaven to earth. And 2 days later, on the 22nd, we celebrate the fall equinox, the day and night being equal, and a new season begins at 0 degrees of Libra. This is one of the 4 most powerful and potent times of the year when the sun shifts into one of the initiating signs. In this case, the initiating sign of Libra. And with Mars in Libra now, here is an opportunity to really weigh the pros and cons of any decision. You know, Libra's known for gathering lots of information, not making up its mind until it consults this one and that one. But there is great merit in that many times, because by consulting others, one gets the information that one needs in order to make a decision that is important at this time. So in celebrating the fall equinox, we leave one season behind and we start a brand new season, the first day of fall officially. So until we connect, I wish you blue skies, green lights, and lucky stars.
Yes, 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 yes to all of that. I feel it. I feel that tiredness. I feel that balancing of heaven and earth coming. I feel all of that. I love her so much, and I understand too. I feel tired, Joanne. My soul is like tired. So next week we get to talk about prosperity, which I love talking about prosperity and abundance, and talking about the contentment with what we have, and how when we're grateful for what we have, we get more of it all the time, right? We always do. So I just want to take a moment to thank everyone who gave today financially, and also want to thank Jordan for doing the candle lighting, for Casey and Ash, for Rabbi Jenny and my nephew Mason, for Mitch Austin giving us that beautiful wisdom, to Dave Avani for singing Rolling River God, to Stephanie for reading our 8 uncomfortable truths. With, I want to remind you that anytime during the week, if you think, I want to re-watch that thing from House of Love and Light, you can always go back and fast forward to the point. I also upload everything onto YouTube. We have a YouTube channel. Please go over there and click subscribe, because I know that people have been having some trouble with Facebook, and I'd really like to move over to YouTube as well. I'm going to have to figure out some of that. I've been doing everything on my own. If you didn't know, I do everything here. I do the technical, I do the sound, I do the music, I do the graphics, I do everything. So I kind of hit a wall, and I haven't figured out how to do YouTube yet. So thank you everyone for being here. I hope that there's just like a nugget that you can take away and practice contentment this week. I'm just so grateful for this opportunity to remind myself of the good. Each Sunday I feel so fulfilled. I feel so filled up after House of Love and Light because of you. So thank you for continuing to come. Thank you for continuing to invite people. It feels so wonderful to see new names, new faces, but I'm not seeing your faces, I'm seeing your names in the chat. Again, so grateful for you being here. 2 quick announcements. One, I have a show here in Asheville. It is Friday, October 8th. It's in the lounge at Isis Music Hall. It's upstairs in this very, very intimate room. I love the room. It'll be a solo show. And also this Friday at 7 p.m., I get to be a presenter at the Posse Music Awards at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. It's a wonderful collection of positive musicians. If you want more details, you can find it at empowerma.com. It's EMPOWERMA.com. And I'm just honored to be presenting an award. I've never presented an award before. It makes me feel very, very proud to be a part of that community. And I just love you so much. Sometimes it's really hard for me to say goodbye on Sundays. Oh, one more thing also. Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, we have music and meditation. It's a very special group of us. We do a lot more chatting and checking in. Some people just really love Wednesdays because it's a lot more lackadaisical. I'm a lot sillier. I swear more, and I talk about my issues more. There's not like a script kind of like there is here. So you can come just hang out with us on Wednesdays at 8 o'clock. I love you so much. Have a wonderful week. Happy, happy, happy Sunday, everyone. Happy fall, happy full moon. Treat yourself very gently as we go through this full moon in Pisces. It can be a weepy time. It can be a sensitive time. Just be very gentle and kind with yourself. I think we're all having pandemic fatigue. Just tune into God, tune into the presence, practice the presence with your morning practices, and just love yourself because you are amazing. And I'm here to remind you, you are absolutely amazing. One more thank you to Myron Stam, who does all of this beautiful music that you hear. Gorgeous. I love you, Myron. And I love each and every one of you. Have a fantastic week. Bye-bye.
House of love and light. House of love and light. Amy, take us to the place where we can be just who we are. And it's alright in the house of love and light. House of love and light. Amy, open up the door to the place where we walk by faith and not by sight, not by sight. Through the house of love and light. House of love, the house of love and light. The house of love and light. If we get this right, we'll make the world a house of love and light. If we get this right, we'll make the world a house of love and light. House of love and light. House of love and light.